Vaishnavi Wagmare, what is your roll number? Vaishnavi, is it audible? It's running normal train, just a minute.
Yes, sir.
What is your roll number, Vaishnavi? Vaishnavi Wagmare. So good afternoon to one and all. Once again, I welcome you all for the second lecture of electrical measurement and instrumentation subject. Standard I will pin the video on. Roll number 231, they are planning now. So yesterday, I was given the brief introduction about the whole syllabus of the SY semester 1. Okay. So also we have discussed about some vision, mission, educational objectives, okay, and program objectives and all the outcomes we have discussed. Okay, and even I have explained the total structure of your semester 1 here. This one. So all these subjects we are handling, all the faculty members we have allotted as per your timetable, we are going to conduct here. In the today class, we are going to discuss. I am going to give the introduction of the subject, that is electrical measurement and instrumentation, as well as your introduction. I want to take here today. In this hour, we are going to discuss the syllabus introduction. I am going to give the electrical measurement and instrumentation whole introduction. I will give, and I will take your introduction. So you have to introduce yourself. Okay. So first, which one you will follow? Can I give the syllabus introduction, or you people will give your introduction? But one more thing, before giving your introduction, your camera should be on. Remember that point. You have to turn on your camera while giving your introduction. That's it. So which one will start first? Syllabus introduction or your introduction? You only decide and let me know. Anyone? Any one of you? Can you please conclude? Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which one you want to start first? Yesterday only I have given my introduction. Yes. I have given my introduction already over. That is the next. And one more thing, your class coordinator already, they have clearly explained you peoples about the name format for this one, for the Zoom setting. Vaishnavi Wagmare, still you have not changed your roll number. And what is your roll number? Just speak out. Vaishnavi, is it audible? Vaishnavi. Okay. I will start the syllabus introduction, then you will think about that one. So, as I told the last class, the subject I am going to deal with you people is electrical measurement and instrumentation. See, why you have to study this subject? First, I am going to tell that one. Why the measurement and instrumentations are necessary. So everywhere you go, Suppose you are going to use the electrical parameters like voltage, current, power, frequency, okay, capacitance, resistance, inductance. Some meters are there for the measuring the quantities. Example, everyone have the two wheelers. I think you may the in that one speedometer is there, which indicates the speed of the vehicle. Yes, it is going to measure the speed of that vehicle. Okay, the voltage voltmeter is there in your house's energy meter is installed over there. It is going to measure the energy consumed by every month per month, how much energy it has consumed over there. Okay, like that, some research centers they are going to use, and even the manufacturing companies and all the things, some instruments they are going to use to measure different quantities. So it may be weight to measure the weighing machine we are going to use. Like that, in the electrical system, we are going to measure the electrical parameters like voltage, current, resistance, power, frequency. We are going to use some instruments we are going to use. That one we are going to discuss in this subject here. Those instruments we are going to discuss here. Electrical measurements, so some parameters we are going to measure. Those parameters are, I told that one, which one? Voltage, current, resistance, inductance, capacitance. Even we can measure by digital or we can measure by analog. Okay, like that we are going to measure here. The instrument which will measure these parameters, that is called, we are going to call as instrumentations we are going to consider. So some conversion is there from higher voltage to the lower voltage, 220 kV to 100 volt we want to measure in the laboratory. For that reason, potential transformers will come, current transformers will come. I think you may heard the name also. Only electrical diploma electrical students, they were heard the name, but other than electrical ENTC and the CSC students, you try to remember the words, these all the words over there. So that is the just introduction why we have to study the electrical measurement and instrumentation subject. Okay, next, this subject, to before studying this subject, by keeping some objectives, we have designed the syllabus for this subject. What are those objectives? To impart in-depth knowledge of various characteristics of measuring instrument. The first objective is to, we have to impart the various characteristics, steady state characteristics. Okay, we are going to call dynamic characteristics, we are going to call here. What do you mean by accuracy? What do you mean by drift? What do you mean by linearity? Like that. Linearity means what? Drift means what? Dead time, dead zone, whatever the deflection, indication, like that. General common words we are going to call here. Static characteristics and dynamic characteristics we are going to call. How we accurate, we are going to use the meter, one in measuring instruments we are using is how accurately it is going to give that value. I think you may, best example I will give here. Everyone, you are going to visit for the unknown places means nowadays it is a common, everyone will use the Google map and they will put the start and destination over there. Immediately it will give the kilometer as well as it will give the duration also, how much time it will take to reach over there. The upper side they have given the option of vehicle, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, train and all things. So they have trialed over there already the standard value or whatever the known value they know over there. Based on that, they have added over there. But it is dependent on the traffic also. So for that reason, every minute or after some kilometers, it is going to change the time. How much time you have to waste it over there, how much kilometer speed you have to maintain. Everything will be considerations will comes over there. Like that in the electrical measurement system, we have to check how much accurate is there, the value. How linearly input vary kiya to output kaise linearly vary ho jayega. That is called. By giving so much input, there is no output means that is called dead. We are going to call that. We are giving so much input, then also we are all the faculty members, we are putting effort, we are giving providing all the material, we are explaining everything, then also you failed means what is the use of that? Like that we are going to call. So those variations of various characteristics of measurement. That is the first objective. The second objective is in depth. We have to get the knowledge of operating principle. Any instrument you get that one, how it is going to operate. Any instrument operating principle kaise hai uska. You know that one. I told one speedometer. I have taken the example in that how the speedometer, how it is going to operate like that. So voltmeter is there to measure the voltage. Voltmeter we are going to use electrical parameter. How the voltmeter will operate? What is the working principle of that one? What is the construction of that one? What is the mechanism of that instrument? We are going to study here now. That is the main objective. Second objective of the subject here now, to impart in-depth knowledge of operating principle, construction, mechanisms used in measuring instruments used for the measurement of electrical quantities like voltage, current, resistance, inductance, capacitance, frequency, power, everything we are going to call that. So that is the second objective. The third objective, rule number 8. The third objective, that is called to introduce the concept of accuracy. Whatever in the first objective I told that one, we have how accurate it is going to give the answer over there. So we have to introduce the accuracy and precision in the measurement of electrical quantity. So for the output, how much input is required? How for this input, how much output we are going to get that one? What is the error? What is the difference between input and output? Like that, how accurate it is, what is the standard value and known value, measured quantity, we have to compare that one. So we have to introduce the concept of accuracy and precision. We are going to introduce. That is the third objective. The fourth objective is to make the students, you peoples, the fourth objective is to make you peoples to capable of selecting the proper instrument for the measurement. Suppose I want to measure the energy, electrical energy, I want to measure that one. Which instrument you are going to choose? Which instrument you are going to choose? Just I will ask one more question. I want to measure the power here now. Electric power I want to measure over there. Which instrument you are going to choose? I'll give four options. I'll give four options: voltmeter, ammeter, ohm meter, watt meter.
Voltmeter.
Wattmeter.
Watt meter.
Sir, wattmeter.
Watt meter or voltmeter or ammeter?
Sir, wattmeter.
One person is saying watt meter. Others, some people told voltmeter. Some people told ammeter also. So that is the thing only. You remember this word, huh? No, whatever the question I asked, you remember this thing. So four options I have given. Three options you have chosen here now. Because you don't know here, you have not studied. See here, after studying the syllabus, you will understand that one, which meter we have to choose for the measurement of power. Very good. Power, someone told that one watt meter. Watt meter was the correct answer. Very good, all of you. You are replying something means I am really happy. Don't sit silently, whatever it may be, correct or wrong, because you have not yet studied the subject. You are giving the answer means at least that is encourageable only. Okay, so that is the objective. The objective is to make you people capable of selecting the proper instrument for the measurement of voltage, current, resistance, capacitance, inductance, power, energy. Okay, like that you peoples will be capable here. Now, that is the main objective here. First one, depth knowledge of characteristics, then construction, operating principle, then introduce the concept of accuracy. Third one is identifying the instruments you can. These are the four objectives we are going to keep here. These are the four objectives here. So this, by considering these objectives, the main objective of this subject is fourth one. These four objectives are there. Okay, next, based on these four objectives, by considering these four objectives, we have designed a syllabus of 6 units. We have designed here. We have designed a syllabus of 6 units. That syllabus we are going to discuss here. Discuss the syllabus here now. See here, the syllabus of electrical measurement and instrumentation. Actually, The syllabus, whole syllabus is divided into two sections. Two sections we have divided, that is section 1 and section 2 here. In the section 1, the measurement only we are going to design here now, the circuit for the measurement and all the things we are going to design. For the section 2, the instrumentation part we are going to discuss. So two sections we have made. Section 1, 3 units are there. For the section 2, again 3 units are there. The section 1, 3 units, section 2, 3 units here. Total how many units are there? 6 units. Okay. We'll start the section 1. The section 1, the first unit is basic concept of measurement. Here now. We'll discuss here now what do you mean by measurement means what. What is the basic block diagram for the measurement? And how standards, what are the standards and how we have classified those standards here. All of you know that one, voltmeter, voltage ka unit kya hai, SI unit? What is the unit of voltage? Voltage ki unit kya hai? Anyone? Is it audible or not? Volt. Very good. So voltage we are going to measure in volt. That is the standard. It may be industrial standard or national standard or primary standard, secondary standard or international standard. Like that, we have classified the standardifications here. The standards means what and its classifications we are going to discuss. If we are having the standard value, then we are going to measured value we are going to measure here now. If the standard value equal to measured value, then 100% accuracy is there. If the standard value is not equal to the measured value, then we can say that some errors are there over there. So that is errors we are going to discuss. Which type of error? Because this variation comes from what? Why the variation came over here. So based on that, we have classified some errors. We have classified some different types of errors are there. We are going to discuss about that. The characteristics of measuring instrument, it may be static or dynamic characteristics. We are going to discuss here now. In this one, what do you mean by accuracy? What do you mean by linearity, speed of response, dead zone, repeatability means what, reproducibility means what, resolution means what, span, drifts, need, calibration means what, and what is the need of the calibration we are going to discuss in the first unit here. The first unit is only related to the introduction part. Introduction and characteristics. Why we have to study next? We are going to discuss the instruments. Before discussing the instruments, its characteristics, what do you mean by speed of zone, dead zone means kya hai, all the things we are going to discuss in the first unit. That is very basic. It will take hardly 3 to 4 hours to complete the first unit over there. Next will come for the second unit. Actually, this is a very important unit. Here, the maximum instruments we are going to discuss in this one, second unit, analog instruments. The analog instruments classifications we have to discuss first. What do you mean by analog instruments? Means total measuring instruments. So that is, it may be analog, digital, and integrating, we can call that one here. Next, again, we will take the analog instruments. They are classified into absolute and secondary. Then secondary is classified into again 3-4 types over there. Like that, the classification of instrument we have to take. In that one, absolute, secondary. In the secondary, we are going to consider again types of secondary instruments here. In these types of secondary instruments, these are classified into 3-4 we have classified here now. Indicating, recording, analog, digital here. So indicating instruments means they are going to indicate, that's it. They are going to indicate. Recording means they are going to record the value. Analog means that is also same like a indicating one. The title you see here, analog instruments we have considered here. And digital means the number system we are going to use. So these are there. The subject is analog instruments. Analog instruments are means nothing but indicating instruments we are going to call here. So the unit is concentrating on indicating instruments only. So indicating instruments ka essential kya hai? What is the essential of indicating instrument? We are going to discuss the first part over there. So to indicate the value, the pre-calibrated scale, the pointer will move to over that value and it is going to indicate that one over there. So the required force is deflect from 0 to other, it should have to deflect. After moving the supply, it should have to come back to the 0. Then that is called controlling, we are going to call here. Now, in between the fluctuation will be there, that is called damping, we are going to call. So that is the essential of indicating instruments we are going to call here. So that one we are going to discuss here. Once we understood what is the necessity or essential for the indicating instruments, then we will go for the PMMC. PMMC is nothing but permanent magnet moving coil. PMEMI, permanent magnet moving instrument, we are going to call. Moving iron, we are going to call this one. Next, EMMC will come, electrodynamometer moving coil, or electrodynamometer also we are going to call here. 1, 2, 3. Three instruments we are going to use. This PMMC is used for the measurement of voltage and current, that is applicable for only DC. PMMI we can use for voltage and measurement for both AC and DC. The EMMC or electrodynamometer we are going to use for both AC and DC for voltage, current, and we can use this electrodynamometer as wattmeter also for the measurement of power also. So these three instruments, ऑपरेटिंग प्रिंसिपल व्हाट इज, कैसे ऑपरेशन हो जाते हैं, उसका टॉर्क इक्वेशन क्या है, कंस्ट्रक्शन क्या है, हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू मेजर द पावर, हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू मेजर द करंट, वोल्टेज, एंड टू इंक्रीज सपोज 10 एम्पियर का करंट रेटिंग का एक ने मैंने PMMI इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज किया, उसको रेंज हाउ टू एक्सटेंड दैट वन. If I am having a 20 ampere line, then how I can measure by using a 10 ampere meter here now. Range of extension we are going to call here. These all the things we are going to discuss for these three instruments only here up to here. Torque equation here. Next we will go for measurement of power in AC here now. 2 wattmeter method we are going to call here now. Three-phase circuit means 3 lines are there, R, Y, B. For three-phase circuit, by using only 2 wattmeter, we can measure the power exactly over there. Each phase power we can, or total power we can measure here. How we can measure that circuit, we have that one. Based on that we will do the explanation I will do, and as well as the practical is also there. I will show practically also this one. Next one, the DC circuits here. Now for this one we can measure for the AC and DC circuits also. DC circuit, in this DC circuit, sends and multipliers we have to use over there for the range of extensions, and to measure the resistance we have to use ohm meter, megger for the high resistance measurement. Suppose any instrument of the electromagnetic instruments we are manufacturing, means we have to measure megger, mega ohm meter also we can go in, we are going to call this one here. Earth tester, सबका घर में अर्थिंग का वर्ड सुना है क्या? Have you heard the name earthing? Anyone?
हाँ sir.
Yes.
मैंने सुना है.
सुना है ना? All the household appliances should be earthing point. Even you can see your washing machine, fridge, the plug, whatever you will put into the, fix into the switchboard, it has 3 terminals, 3 pins रहते हैं उसको. Yes? 3 pin रहते क्या नहीं?
हाँ sir.
One is for the phase, another one is for the neutral, the third one indicates that is earthing point. So whatever, if any leakages is there, directly it will send to the earth. The body, if you touch it, means you will not get the shock, because the current will always flow where the low resistance path. There is no resistance. Low resistance path only the current will flow. If the earth resistance is having very less resistance, for that reason only, while doing the earthing, to insert the earth pit, we are going to use some charcoals, salt, and all the things. We are going to make that one as good conductivity to provide to the, whatever the leakage is there, it will float directly to the earth only here. Okay. So earthing resistance are just a minute. What is that one? Earth tester. To measure, we have the instrument that is earth tester. We are going to measure the earth resistance here. Next, ohm resistance हो गए. Next, single phase and 3-phase electrodynamometer and moving iron instruments for the power factor meter. Power factor measurement के लिए we are going to, the voltage is there, current is there. I think you have studied the series RLC circuit, RL circuit, pure resistance circuit, pure inductance circuit, like that. So for the inductive circuit, current lags the voltage. For the capacitive current, current leads the voltage, like that. Whatever the angle between difference of angle between voltage and current is there, that is called phase angle we are going to call. Cosine of that phase angle, it will indicates that power factor here. So in a single phase circuit and three phase circuit, we are going to measure the power factor here now by using and another instrument, moving iron type instrument also we are going to use. Next, to measure the frequency, we can use Whitson type, and synchroscope also we are going to use here now. We are going to discuss here now. So the majority of second unit is almost very bigger in it. It will take nearly 10 to 15 hours. It is required completely to understand this one. To explain in deep, I am telling that one. In short, already PPT is there. Then by reading one in one sentence and explaining all things means it will take only hardly 6 to 7 hours. Not 6 to 7 hours also. 5 hours is enough for me. Which one is better? In deep you want or in short you want? Okay. Anyhow, it will take so much time to complete the second unit. Second unit is very bigger because already your regular students, they have started I think 2 months back only. Still just now we have finished this unit for them. We have started the third unit for them. Okay. See, some people they are joining late. Don't do like that one. In on time you have to join. The third unit, that is called, we have used the instruments here now. Instruments we have used, but these instruments also they are not 100% accurate. They are not 100% accurate. To get the accurate value in a research center, whatever the laboratories are, the research laboratories and all the things, we want the result accurately. On that condition, the potentiometer and bridge circuits will give the accurate value. So for that reason, to do the calibration, we are going to use the bridges circuit and potentiometers we are going to use here. So next title is the third unit is potentiometer and bridges here. The principle, what is DC and AC parameters are there in the electrical instruments. So on that, for that reason, we have DC potentiometers are different, AC potentiometers are different here. First of all, the third unit has two parts, potentiometer and bridges here. The potentiometer and bridges again divided into two parts, that is a DC potentiometer, AC potentiometer, and bridges also divided into two, DC bridges and AC bridges. So the principle of DC potentiometer we will discuss first. In that one, the laboratory potentiometer model we has derived, the Crompton's has derived that one, invented. So for that reason, name came Crompton's type DC potentiometer. So what are the applications of that? This potentiometer will discuss, and then we'll move for the AC potentiometers and its applications we are going to discuss. So very short, 2 to 3 hours it will complete the potentiometer. Next, once the potentiometer is completed means, then we'll go for the bridges over there. So first we'll discuss the DC bridges. The DC bridges are used for the measurement of resistance. DC bridges are used for the measurement of resistance. But in this one, again, the resistance measurement, we have to measure the high resistance, low resistance, medium resistance, like that. So medium to high resistance, to measure that one, we has derived, the Whitson has derived, that is Whitson bridge came over there. The bridge name came, that is called Whitson bridge, for the measurement of high, medium to high voltage, almost medium resistance only we are going to call that. So here Whitson bridge is used for the measurement of medium resistance. The Kelvin double bridge, small connector also it has some resistance. So for that reason, to measure the resistance, very small resistance also, Kelvin has derived one circuit, that one bridge circuit, that is name came Kelvin double bridge for measurement of resistance here. Low resistance measurement करने के लिए Kelvin double bridge, medium to high we are going to use the Whitson bridge we are going to use here. So these two bridges we are going to use for the measurement of resistance here. Next, for the measurement of inductance, we are going to use AC bridges we are going to use here. So to measure the inductance, so Maxwell's bridge is there and Anderson bridge we are going to discuss in the third unit. Who has invented the bridge circuits? The name came, his name only we have allotted over there. His name only, based on his name only we are remembering the circuit here. So for the inductance measurement, Maxwell's has invented one circuit. Hayes Anderson, he has invented one bridge here. So total 3 authors are there, 3 names: Maxwell bridge, Hayes bridge, Anderson bridge for the measurement of inductance. Next, for the resistance हो गए, capacitance हो गए. What is the left term now? Resistance and inductance is over now. Next, what are the 3 basic circuit elements? Capacitance. To measure the capacitance, again we are going to use the AC bridges only. So we has derived the D30 has invented one circuit, and Sering he has invented one circuit. So 2 bridges we are going to use for the capacitance measurement, that is called D30, and sharing bridge we are going to call for measurement of capacitance here. So this is the total syllabus of section 1. Actually, according to your university structure, we have to finish this syllabus in 20 hours, but it will not be happen because the second unit and third units are very bigger units. So maximum experiments will come from second unit and third unit only. You remember, for the practical, maximum coverage will be from second unit and third unit only. See, if you know the syllabus, then once we started the chapter, it will become easy. कौन सा यूनिट में क्या है बोल के एटलीस्ट थोड़ा ध्यान में रखो. Just remember the words. Some new words you may hearing. So for that reason, I am telling you to remember the words at least here. Later you will understand everything. Once the diagrams came, then you will understand the functions easily. This is the section 1 syllabus. Section 1 syllabus is over now. Next, we will move for the section 2. Again, this section 2, it has 3 units over there. Very simple, and it will not take much time to finish the section 2. To finish the section 2, it will not take much time over there here. So the section 1 first unit, that is nothing but total units are 6. Out of 3 will come under section 1. The 4th one will come under section 2. So 4th unit is transducers and instrumentation transformer. Instrument transformers we are going to call it. Transducer, conversion of one form of energy to another form, we can call that one. Almost some physical quantity to electrical quantity we are going to converting here. So the transducers we are going to discuss. After that one, some instrument transformers are used for the measurement help for 220 volt to 2,20,000 voltage, 200 volt to 10 volts, like that we are going to bring by using the current. Also for higher current to lower current we can reduce. For the measurement purpose, for the measuring purpose, we can do that one. So those instruments we are going to call as instrument transformers. Okay, in a transducers we are going to consider resistance, temperature, coefficient. What are the classifications of transducer? In that one, classification of transducer, so many transducers are there. In that one, electrical transducer we are going to discuss RTD, resistance temperature temperature dependent resistance we are going to call that one. RVDT, LVDT, linear variable differential transformer we are going to call that one. LVDT is nothing but these all RTD, RVDT, LVDT. Its construction and working principle we are going to discuss in this. Its construction and working principle we are going to discuss in this unit here. See here, it has one derivation, and after that one, this theory part is there. Here each diagram, construction, working, advantage, disadvantage we are going to discuss of RTD, RVDT, LVDT here. This transducer part is over. Next, we will go for the instrument transformer. The theory, introduction of instrument transformer. In that one, only 2 devices are there: current transformer and potential transformer. Current transformer and potential transformer. We have to discuss the diagram, but the derivations are there here. Very important derivations. That is called equations for ratio and phase angle error, turns compensation. We are going to discuss here. In this unit, we are going to discuss here. So it will take nearly 7 to 8 hours. It is going to take this complete this unit. Okay. Next, we will go for the fifth unit, that is called digital instruments. Up to here, anywhere we have used the digital instrument? No. Up to fourth unit, the digital instruments we were not used. Whatever the bridges we have discussed, the potentiometers we have discussed, all are analog meters we have used. Next, we will go for the, just a minute, some disturbance is coming.
सर आवाज येत नाही. आवाज येणार sir.
Okay. Now it is audible.
आता येतोय सर.
Oh. So digital instrument means comparing with analog. Suppose we'll discuss here now. Here the pointer is there. I will use the pointer. I will tell you here now. What is the value here now? Can you tell me exactly? In between 1 and 2 is there. So approximately I have to imagine that is 1.5 or 1.4. We cannot get that one here for the analog instruments. But for the digital instruments, what it will do, it will directly show that 1.243, like that it is going to give the value here. So accurately we are going to get the value here now. There is errors will be less here now. I am not saying that one 0 here, but the whatever the observational error is there, assumption is there, all the things we can remove here now by using the digital instruments. Digital instrument will give exact answer, but the analog instrument, some assumptions we have to make here. Yes or no? So example I will give that to you people. Suppose you have the analog watch, exactly can you show the time immediately? It will take some time to observe and count you people. But if you have the digital watch and digital values, exactly you can say that one 143, 1 hour 43 minutes 20 seconds, like that we can say that one. That is the advantage of digital instruments. Like that, for the voltage measurement, current measurements, we are going to use the digital measurements. Digital instruments are there. So that name voltage measurement ke liye digital voltmeters we are going to discuss here now. And types of digital voltmeters are different types of digital voltmeters we will discuss. And digital multimeter also. Multimeter means for the multi-purpose measurement we are going to use the multimeter. Not only voltage, we can measure current, we can measure resistance, temperature, continuity, and all the things. For multi-purpose, we can use a digital meter, that is called digital multimeter. We are going to call some electronic counter circuits we are going to use. The quality factor checking purpose called Q meters we are going to use. Electronic energy meter, LEDs, LCD displays will come. Yes or no? LED, LCD displays, LED, LCD display also we are going to discuss in the fifth unit. That is very simple unit is there, and you are using all the devices already you are using here. So no need to worry about them. It is not a hard. It will take nearly 4 to 5 hours enough for me to explain in deep over there. That is the fifth unit. The last unit is there, oscilloscope. All the instruments actually in the previous research centers, they are going to use the oscilloscopes only for the identifying the values over there here. So in this one, so cathode ray oscilloscope is the very important thing one here now. That one only we are going to use in all the major places over there. So the cathode ray oscilloscopes we are going to use and discuss here now. Introduction of oscilloscope. What's the block diagram of CRO? CRO means cathode ray oscilloscope. Working of each block we are going to. CRT cathode ray tube we are going to consider. Tube features, basics of digital storage oscilloscope, DSO we are going to call that one. So DSO's ka basics we are going to discuss. Use of that digital storage oscilloscopes. We are going to use DSO for voltage, current measurement के लिए, phase, frequency and time measurement. So these are all the things we are going to discuss here. It is not only pure electrical subject. I can say that one. This subject is not only pure electrical subject. It is applicable for electronic students, instrumentation students, and electrical students also, and even mechanical students also they are going to use here. Okay. So these are all the instruments we are going to applicable for some multidisciplinary engineering branches. Streams we are going to call here. So these 6 units are there. So hardly 1 or 2 months we have to finish these 6 units. Maybe in the February end or March we may have the exams for that one. So don't waste the much time. You have to do this 2 months, 2 to 3 months. You have to put effort. For the next semester you will get the time. Okay. So this is the okay. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask? This is the syllabus. Next we will go for the syllabus. So okay, sir, the practical. In the practical, I am going to explain this all the things. Practical introduction is there. Leave it. Now only I will tell that one. I told some ICA internal continuous assessment are there. So for that you have to discuss these all experiments are there here. Internal continuous assessment. ICA marks. How much ICA marks are there? ICA marks कितना है? How many ICA marks are there? 25 marks are there for the ICA here. For 25 marks, we are going to do performance of this experiments are there. Some experiments we have given 14 experiments are there, but out of these 14, we are going to discuss only any 8 here. Any 8 practicals we are going to perform. Each experiment here, majority of experiment here now. What is this one? Bridge here now. Bridge will come in the first unit, second unit, third unit, fourth or 5, 6. Which unit it will come? Bridges. Third unit. Potentiometer and bridges, third unit. Here, see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These all are the bridges we are going to. 4 experiments are there for the bridges. Next, it will come here now. The fourth unit here now. Transducer and instrument transformer. The 2 wattmeter method for the second unit, it will come over there here. Okay, the second unit again Megger will come here now, and the power factor meter for verifying through current voltage, that is called in the second unit again it will come here now. Potentiometer will come in third unit. The measurement of CT-PT ratio, it will comes under fourth unit. Energy measurement using energy meter, it will comes also fourth unit over there. So measurement of various parameters like voltage, current, frequency, time period using oscilloscope. Oscilloscope is the 6th unit. This is the again 4th unit, Q meter here. So the maximum majority is there second, third, fourth. Second, third, fourth unit, it will cover all the practicals over there. Okay. So first unit is not that much deep is there, only basic knowledge is there. Second and third units are very important for you people. So once the syllabus is over, then you should have to get some outcomes will get from this subject. Syllabus एक बार study किया तो outcomes आना है ना इसमें. Where it is applicable? What is the outcomes of this electrical measurement and instrument subject here? 6 units are there. For each unit, one outcome we have defined for you people here. Define and apply the various characteristics of measuring instruments here. You static, dynamic characteristics, accuracy, you have studied already. So you can define and you can apply for the various characteristics here. That is applicable for the first unit. The second unit outcome is you can analyze the various parameters. You can draw the construction diagram. You can draw the working principle diagram. Means how it is going to operate. Working equations, you can draw that. Different measuring instruments like PMMC, PMMI, EMMC. You can analyze and you can draw the construction, working, waveforms, equations. You can prove that. That is applicable for the outcomes of second unit. The third unit outcomes is there. You can understand the concept of potentiometer, and you can apply the fundamental measurement method for the resistance measurement, which bridge you have to use. For the capacitance, which bridge you have to use. You are going to use here. Now understand the concept of potentiometer, apply the fundamental measurement method of resistance, capacitance, inductance, frequency by using various bridges with the help of bridge circuit and phasor diagram and other techniques. एक phasor diagram draw किया तो कौन सा bridge का है? You can identify that one. You can understand that one. That is the outcome from the third unit, that is called potentiometer and bridges. The fourth unit outcome is to understand the various transducers for measurement of different parameters and apply the operations of CT/PT for different CT/PT for not responding. Is it okay? CT/PT for different functions, current transformer, potential transformers, where you have to apply the principle of that one. Why you have to use? We can apply the resistance temperature coefficient. Some force will apply, you can convert that one into electrical transducer. You can measure in that form of electrical voltage. Current, you can measure that one. That is the outcome of the fourth unit. And the fifth unit outcome is discuss the suitable applications for digital instrument. So digital instruments, how the diagrams are there. To measure the voltage in digital form, which meter we have to use. What is the function of multimeter? That will give the detailed outcome of the fifth unit, digital instruments. The last unit is oscilloscope is there. You can apply the operations of various oscilloscopes. So digital storage oscilloscope, cathode ray oscilloscopes, you can apply different oscilloscopes knowledge and you can use that one. And I think in the research institutes only they are going to use the fluctuation CROs nowadays. But all the laboratories, even in your laboratory also, some machine lab, drives lab, power electronics lab, we have used the DSOs are there. You can, once you visited the college means you can see that one also. So total 6 chapters are there, 6 outcomes we have defined here. Okay, once completed this syllabus, so you want to start here means don't depend on the textbook notes only. All of you people will refer the notes only. I know very well about that. For more information, still you have not satisfied with our explanation, we can go for the textbooks. So many textbooks are already available in the library. You can use the textbook also. You can use the main this textbook HS Kalsi electronics measurement, that is you can use that one. Electrical and electronic measurement by Dhanpat Rao and Sons edition is there, AK Sawhney. That textbook already it is there with me. I will show you people, so you can use that. It's very small textbook. Is it visible or not?
Not visible, sir.
Switch the background add waves. YouTube setting. Just it is only recognizing that. Leave it. This one you can see. Take this on a textbook is there. Some background is added. So for that reason it is choose virtual background is there. Just a minute. Okay, now you can see. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
This textbook you can use that one. Electrical and electronics measurement and instrumentation. That is author is AK Sawhney, author is there. So you can hear also by like this. You can, so many copies are available in the library. You can take this one, take this textbook, And other than this also, so many are there here for the instrument devices. Tata, Manish Sharma is there. This HS Kalsi and AK Sawhney, these two textbooks are enough for you people. Still you are not satisfied with these textbooks, you can go for the reference books here. These reference books are used for the principle of measurement system by Bradley. Yes, the 2000 edition, and modern electronic instruments and techniques. See here, by referring the reference books, the textbooks they are going to define here. ये रेफर करके टेक्स्ट बुक्स लिखे वाला है, ये टेक्स्ट बुक रेफर करके हमने नोट्स लिखे वाला है. So if you are not getting the enough material from the notes, you can go for the textbook. Still you are not getting the enough material for in the textbook also, then you can go for the reference books. Still you are not getting the reference books details also insufficient, you can search the international journals, conferences, papers, will get that. Like that, the systematically the cycle is there to collect the data here. So these are the AK Sawhney textbook is enough to read all the things, all the details you are going to get. This is the brief introduction of the electrical measurement and instrumentation subject here. Okay, now tomorrow we'll start the first unit, basic concept of measurement. We are going to start. So this one just introduction class only today also. Yesterday I have given the introduction of some department and whole syllabus. Today I have particularly concentrated on this subject, electrical measurement and instrumentation. Okay, so you want to give any suggestions, explanation style and all the things you are asked? At least you are getting the point what I am explaining.
Sir, all-around or offline?
Which one? Everything is online only now. No need to worry about offline. Offline तो नहीं है अभी. But for the practical purposes, we have taken both the doses. You can come. Actually, you have seen the timetable, all of you. According to your timetable, today was the practical session, but today is the second day. No need to start the practical. For that reason, we are conducting the theory lectures only. Next week onwards, maybe next week means another after 2 weeks only we'll start the practicals. But everything will be online only. The university clearly said that online examination and online lectures for this semester. I don't know about the next semester. Huh? Next, anyone? कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ सकते हैं.
सर प्रैक्टिकल नोटबुक में लिखना पड़ेगा या आप मैनुअल दोगे?
ऐसे भी नहीं, मैनुअल we are going to provide the manual. You have to write all the things in one notebook. You write down, or experiment wise you make the bunch of papers, but everything you have to scan and you have to upload. Whatever the link we will provide, in that link you have to upload.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Even assignment also. Assignment we are going to provide one link. You have to write suppose 5 to 10 questions we will ask you people to write. You have to write, you have to put your roll number, all the details, and you have to upload scan it in the PDF and you have to upload that. Everything we will collect, but only the interaction method is virtual, not physical. Virtually we are collecting all the details. By sitting in your house, you have to perform the duty, means you have to do the work. We can collect all the details from sitting here only. We'll explain you while giving the assignment क्या करना है, मैंने explain कर देते हैं details. Practical करने के time भी we will explain detail. Is it clear? Even this chapter notes and all the things, I think maybe tomorrow within 2 days we'll provide all the 6 unit PPTs. I will provide you to you people. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Suppose अभी ये class miss हो गया आपका, उसका वीडियो भी everything is recording now. ये record हो रहा है अभी class? It is recording or not? ये recorded video will upload in the YouTube and will provide the link to you people. अभी बीच में सर क्या explain किया था बोल के देखने के लिए भी आप use कर सकते हैं. You can view we'll provide the link to you people. ठीक है? All subject to videos, every lecture video will upload in the YouTube and will provide the link to you people. We will provide all the notes, PPTs, whatever the lab manuals, everything will provide to you people. No need to worry about that. Okay, we'll stop here only, and the time is to next lecture. Thank you one and all.